Hi everyone, and thanks so much for watching. This class nugget has been delayed due to us being on vacation. First, Bill and I went up to Rangeley Campground with our families, as you know, our families and a large group of other people, close friends as well. And this is a tradition that we have been carrying on since the 1970s. And here is a great photo of Bill and I preparing for our coaching sessions. I love that photo. And then that vacation was followed by me going down to Cape Cod for a week, Wellfleet, Massachusetts, a true New England beachy vacation. Beautiful location. And what can I say? There are venues, and then there are venues. So we have done 10 class nuggets now, a combination of program content, member experiences, and of course, many of your quotes as well. And thank you for all the responses to these nuggets. It's been very positive. We piloted it, not sure how it would go. And some of you have said you've even watched them more than once. So thanks again for that. Now, having said that, going forward, as we move into September and the fall, we are going to spread out the class nuggets a little bit more as we focus on supporting more people to join the program, while also doing a greater variety of videos to support your work with us. Next step, health nuggets. Next step, food nuggets, etc. But here today, I want to focus on a particular aspect of our in-class discussions from the past few weeks, blind spots. Blind spots being either mistakes in our thinking or actual behaviors or reactions that we have that we're often unaware of, which can make weight management much more difficult. Blind spots, we all have them. And a particularly clever comment from Bill's Wednesday Phase 2 session really gets at the very heart of blind spots with this very succinct quote. "I don't have any blind spots, Bill," followed by a chuckle. Exactly. We are blind to them. So just a couple of thoughts on how elusive blind spots can be for a minute here. While the human brain is absolutely amazing, astonishing really, it's far from perfect. And this is a point that has been really recognized in the last 10 or 15 years with a whole area of popular science books that speak to the flaws in the human brain and the thinking mistakes that all humans are inclined to make. You don't have to go past the titles of some of these books to get a sense of how humble we probably should be about our blind spots. Let's look at a couple here. For example, How We Know What Isn't So. Now that one is a critical thinking classic. Everything is obvious once you know the answer. The perennial favorite, mistakes were made, but not by me. And then how about this one for hitting the bullseye? Blind spot, hidden biases of good people. We can't avoid it. We make thinking mistakes and we have blind spots. That's just how it is. So on top of the behavioral work that we do week in and week out, there is this next level of learning, of insight really, that we have to pursue from time to time as part of making progress in this difficult work. Because these blind spots often undermine our own weight management efforts. Again, they're blind spots. And we heard a bunch of them over the last few weeks. I'll just share a few of them here. I think it started when Steve shared, and here's Steve and Robin, that despite keeping 3 different types of records, he discovered that he was eating an extra 400 calories or more in mince. 400 plus calories that he was unaware of per day. This was followed by another class example shared by Andrew. He had fallen into a habit of sucking on Ricola cough drops. I mean, how bad could they be? They're just cough drops, right? Well, each cough drop has 16 calories. The bag I looked at, 45 servings in the bag, 720 calories. Wow, that was a great discovery by Andrew. Then Coach Bill chimed in about how during his year-long effort to lower his cholesterol in the past year, he discovered that while celebrating his Greek yogurt and blueberries strategy, very healthy, he failed to notice that he wasn't enjoying the 2% milk fat yogurt, but rather one with a higher milk fat content. A blind spot to be sure, but also, as Bill will say, an opportunity to lower his fat intake more, along with his calorie intake, which he has since done. Then we have Jade, who originally designed our data system. She shared that when she would return from vacations, typically, she would spend the first few days regrouping and not get the quick start back on the plan that she wanted to get. Days essentially lost, and that this was a pattern, otherwise known as a blind spot. So recognizing this, good job, Jade. With her most recent vacation, she ordered healthy groceries before returning so that they'd arrive right in time for her to get back in the saddle. No days wasted. No vacation mentality bleeding into the first few days of her week back. As Joel put it so well, Joel being in the same group that Andrew was in when he shared about the cough drops, you've got to stay aware so that you stay the course. Or else, before you know it, you're singing the Ricola jingle. You know, this may become the official next step clarion call for blind spots. I think so. Let's institutionalize it. Let's hear that again. Ricola. Okay, next. Are you ready for this blind spot? Rick Vega discovered this one. This one is a doozy. I can't believe it's not butter spray. We all know this product. Many of us use this product, and it's famous for what? Having 0 calories per spray. It says it right there. That is, however, based on standard rounding rules. Actually, it has 0.45 calories per spray, so not 0. And depending on the bottle size, there's either 770 to over 1,000 calories in the bottle. That Rick, and that I, and that probably you were blind to. So let me give you another one here. This is a classic story of a blind spot. Many years ago, Bill was talking to someone in an orientation about the program. Now, the fact is, this guy was obviously pretty well off. I mean, he only had one butler, but he was pretty well off. I'm just joking about that. He didn't have a butler, but he did employ a cook, and he had for many years. But life moves on, his cook moved on, so he got a new cook, a wonderful woman from South America who he shared his strict dietary guidelines with, and to which she appeared very receptive. Well, over the next year, he shared with Bill, he had gained 35 pounds. How's this possible? Well, while she was following his dietary requests, mostly, she was making one additional change. The addition of, about 350 calories or so per day in olive oil. She wanted the food to taste good. So here he was, blaming himself for whatever imagined mistakes he was making, when in reality, he was actually suffering from someone else's blind spot. Because we all have them. You have them, I have them, Bill has them, your cook has them, even your second butler has them. And you know, that example that I just shared is a perfect one to make actually an important point here about blind spots. Blind spots are not a character flaw. Again, everyone has them. No one doesn't have them. Not a character flaw. Something to discover and change, to be sure, but not a character flaw. Here's the silver lining. When you discover them, then you have a choice. And again, as Bill said, discovering a blind spot is actually an opportunity to do something different. But you have to accept that we all have them and be on the lookout for them. And let's just start with the familiar culprits, hidden calories. It's been a theme with the examples that I've shared here. Hidden calories in condiments, in fats, hidden calories in added sugars, errors in portion size, errors brought on by health halos. I mean, it's just olive oil. And I think, if we're being honest, we could probably admit that we've all got a blind spot or two when it comes to baked goods. Baked goods as a whole category of foods. So, one last time, we all have blind spots. And in recognizing that, we're able to bring to this work the goal of discovering them for ourselves. And I'll end here by going back to when Steve first shared in class about his extra 400 calories in mince. Right on the heels of him sharing that, Mickey in that class raised her hand and said to Bill, "Bill, I'll be right back. I'm going to go check on the creamers that I add to my coffee." And when she came back, some of her creamers had 30 calories each, and some had 70 calories in a single creamer. So, to end this, what are we all going to say about that? Ricola, Ricola. Exactly. Thanks for watching.